Well, hi there, welcome to my channel, JB's Crochet. I'm Amber, and I'm bringing today another sit and stitch, an extra one, because my husband's working, so I can get up and record a video. I do plan on getting some housework done today, because I've kind of let that slack a little bit this week and spent a little too much money. Yeah. So, we're done buying yarn. We're done buying yarn. Well, hold on a second. My shirt's pulling on me. That's why I keep fixing it. I'm done buying. I'm done with Joanne. Not in a bad breakup kind of way, but just I have to be done. And it's funny that my husband told me last night, he goes, no more trips to Joann or Hobby Lobby. It's like, well, Joann's easy. They're gonna close for me and then I'm not gonna be able to go. I'm thinking this in my head. I didn't say this out loud because it just would have irritated him more, I think. Oh, which direction is this going? I forgot my scissors again, y'all. Again. Ugh. Anyway, and then, yeah, Hobby Lobby. Well, I don't need to go to Hobby Lobby right now. So the fact that he said no more trips till the rest of the month, I was like, well, I don't need to go back. So I'm good with that. I mean, I always need to go back, but I don't need. The only reason I went the one time and got like $11 worth of stuff was because I needed a couple more skeins of cotton, but I needed to get certain ones. I needed to get gray and I needed to get a variegated to finish making bags. Specifically for bags is what these two colors that I got were for. So they were necessary to finish a bag, I promise. But other than that, I don't need to go back. Because I'm just gonna be, you know, there's a channel out there that I've known her for a while, and just like, I think I mentioned this before, I recently started really watching a lot of her videos and previous videos, just kind of sort of binge watching her older stuff, maybe, kind of. But her channel name is, oh, I always forget. Okay, I need to twist this around. Nope, this way. There we go. Sorry, I was just no, see? I need it this way. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Sorry, I'm having, like, issues with this because I twisted it somehow and... okay. I'm just fixing my yarn real quick. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. Got that one on that side. Like, normally when I put my blanket in here, I put it in a way that... What is going on? Where my stuff is not all twisted up on itself. Whatever. The blacks are on the outside now. I got those figured out. The blue and purple are twisted, but I need to disconnect the the blue. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to go back. And, well, one of the stores is going to force me not to go back the rest of the month. Because, I mean, they're closing, and there's not... I don't think they're getting any more stuff in, because... When I was there... just recently, this last week, they didn't have anything new since the last time I'd been in there. Like, they went from 60 to 70% off in a matter of days between each other, not a week. And I got my daughter was the only one I got yarn for, really, at the 70% off, so... I got some K&C cotton. The only colors they really had were a dark gray, a black, and an orange. I only got the black, or the dark gray and the orange, because I was like, I don't really need to get black. The dark gray is a little harder to get with cottons and a decent yarn. A decent cotton yarn anyway. Because if I remember correctly, I love this yarn. Cotton doesn't really have a dark charcoal gray, and neither does Mainstays from Walmart. Well, they don't even have the light gray, which is annoying. Like, why all of a sudden is the gray discontinued or not being sold? Like, there's no sticker tags for it at the stores. But I remember finding it there and got it from there. But all of a sudden it's not there now. I don't know what's going on with that. Like, why of all the colors gray? You would think like a color would be not there, like a pink or a red or something, but no. I can find this color. I can get the green. I love this yarn, but there's a Mainstays one. I can find that color at Walmart at some of them, but not gray. Not the gray color, but I don't understand that. So I am still working on this. I did not touch it yesterday other than the recorded video row, but today with the flag football that we have to do later on, I will be working on this pretty much as I possibly can, with putting my laundry away on my bed here, getting the laundry done for getting the laundry out of the dryer for my daughter and making sure she puts hers away. Well, she'll put hers away when she puts it away. She doesn't, even though mom tells her to put it away right now and not hold on to it, she'll put it away when she puts it away, unfortunately. But I'm like, whatever. If you want to live out of a basket, live out of a basket. It's not my clothes. It's yours. I mean, I want you to put them away. She knows, you know, she knows how to put clothes away. She knows that if she doesn't, they get wrinkled. So she knows these things. So I've taught her how to, you know, it's a life skill, and I've taught her the life skill. She's got it. She even knows that when she runs out of clothes, she's got to wash them, because she's the one that does her own laundry. She puts them in the washer, and then if I don't get them switched over to the dryer, she'll switch them over to the dryer too. And she'll take care of washing and drying it, but it's the putting away part of it that'll just come with time, you know? I'm not gonna sit here and have a fight with my child over putting clothes away. So, just like, whatever. It's your choice, child. Now, the middle child, I wish I could get him to be like her with it when it comes to doing things like that. She's just a little more willing to do things like that for some reason. I don't know. But when it comes to doing the one chore I have her do, which is dishes, like unloading a dishwasher, that's it. And I've told her that we're adding to it as she gets older. We're adding to it. We're making it a little bit more adult, you know? But she's like, well, why all of a sudden do I gotta do this? And I'm like, well, because you're older. I mean, I don't really have a good reason other than because I want you to. It's helpful. It, you know, helps the family out. It helps me out so I can go do other things. It, you know, I've told her all these things, but, you know, she's just a pain in the butt. She's a teenager. I love her. She's fun to hang out with. But she also, oh, hey, look, they're not twisted. The further I got with the purple, I pulled that blue like that, and I think we're actually untwisted. Who knew? Only the yarn did. So anyway, I've been thinking I'm gonna go back and watch some of my older videos, because I'm like, the last 2 weeks of my channel have been very much the same. I used to do videos like all the time. Now, granted, they weren't very long half the time, which is, you know, okay. But my minimum goal is a 15-minute video. And so That's why you get the lengths that you do, is you typically get these longer ones. At least 15 minutes is what I shoot for. But with these sit and stitch videos, I do 30 minutes at least. I try not to go too much over 30 minutes. This blanket's gonna be warm and cozy. Like, it keeps my legs warm. It's getting so long. I need to come down a little bit. Pardon the shake in the movement, but I'm gonna push it down just a little bit. Because like when I sit back, I had like, you know, a whole room of space above my head. I think that's better. I tried to use my Pixel Bud thingy headphone things that you put in your ears for a microphone. I didn't like it because it made I was watching it back on my phone, and it was like you could see that the sound in the mouth movement was just slightly off. And I'm like, why do you do that? Why does it do that? Why can't it work right as I record the video? It's like, whatever. I can make myself loud in the editing because I use an app called YouTube Create. I got in on it before, so it was in a beta testing, and then now it's not available anymore, but I still have access to it. Like, I'm able to, like, if I got a new phone, I'm able to still re-download it on a new phone because I still had it on my old phone. But it's an app that I was able to get into, or just, I mean, honestly, I just downloaded it because my husband told me about it. And he just happened to tell me about it at the right time because I was able to get it, download it, and use it. And I've had it ever since. And I like it. It's connected straight to my YouTube account. I just have to literally do a few edits to my videos, upload it, or export it to the YouTube app, and then I upload it on the YouTube app. But yeah, in the app I can adjust the volume, and so I will adjust my video volume up to like 250% because I'm sitting so far back. I want it to sound loud enough that you don't have to, when you watch the video, you're not having to crank it up just to hear me, you know, like get started. Like, you know, when you watch some videos, you like have to turn them, like almost crank them up just to hear them talking. Like, there's certain channels I've had to do that with, and I'm like, they need to do something with their volume or something, because there's certain videos I have watched where I've had my phone cranked to the max on the volume, and I could not, or I could just barely hear them talking, like almost normal level volume. And it was like, goodness gracious. So I try to make it loud enough so you guys can hear me without having to crank your volumes up to do so. So, yeah, and then the intros and outros that you see on my recorded videos, those I turn down because they are loud. When they come in, like when I have it at normal volume on my phone, and they come in just when I watch them from the album, the photo album on my phone, they're loud. So I reduce their volume down to 50%, and honestly, it's still just as loud. Or not just as loud, but it's still got a decent volume to it, but it's not like blasting in your ear when it comes on. So, and it's only for like 25 seconds or so, or I don't even know if it's that. I think the first one's 20, so the first one might be like 15 seconds until it starts tapering off, and then the last one is, I thought they were 20 and 27. So maybe the last one is, or maybe that's their size. I'd have to look again. But they're under 30 seconds each. They're not very long. I want to say they're 20 something. They're short. They're short enough that they're not like, you're not sitting there forever waiting for them to get done. And it doesn't feel like you're waiting forever to get through an intro or something. Sometimes there's videos, it's like, oh my goodness. We don't need a minute-long intro. I mean, you should be able, I think the YouTube, like there's videos and things where it says like, you should be able to introduce your channel and your content within the first like 20 seconds, I think is what it is, or something. Sorry, I got something in my eye over here. Anyway, so yeah, today we have flag football. I saw some news coverage that there's a chance for severe weather to move in this week, starting tomorrow, so that'll be fun, because my goodness gracious, my middle child, he has gotten PTSD to the max, well, maybe not to the max, but like with storms, he gets so nervous that anytime there's clouds or dark clouds, he's like, oh, what are we gonna get? And he's constantly checking the weather, and just, oh my goodness, this kid, I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. We try to reassure him that, you know, if mommy and daddy are concerned, well, you know, then you have every right to be concerned. But we're like, but for now, you just need to calm your heart, calm your mind, and just calm yourself down and know that everything's gonna be fine. You know, we pray to God and say, hey, can you keep us safe? And, you know, it's tough to reassure them to, you know, but because he still gets anxious about it. So it's like, what can I do to reassure you, dude? This is ridiculous. This is crazy. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. Like yesterday, we had the first day all week in like, well, actually in almost 2 weeks that we've gone with cloudy. It's been overcast enough outside that it looked like it was gonna have like some sort of rain or something. It sprinkled for a few minutes, but that was it. And I even had to show him on the radar. I was like, look, dude, I went and found the rain and clouds layer and showed him and said, look, the rain in this like cloudy stuff that you see in the sky right now is several miles away from us, if not hundreds of miles away from us at this point. But we just have cloud coverage that's ahead of that rain, you know? It was just like, even then he was still like, oh, but look how dark it is. We're gonna get something. Like, I'm like, no. He's like, does the radar show anything different? I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like, it's fine. It's just rain. If anything, we're just getting rain. If we get the rain, and we didn't even get the rain. I mean, shoot, the other day we had a 10% chance. 10% chance for a scattered thunderstorm day. And it was a day that we never even saw clouds. Actually, we may have saw a cloud or two, but it never got like as dark as it did yesterday, and I think even this morning. Yeah, like by this time in the morning, the sun is shining, there's no clouds, and it's, you know, beautiful outside. But it's overcast again today. So hopefully the flag football that he has will keep his mind off of things for a couple of hours. And then I gotta remember to bring our Kona Ice cups so we can get, oh my gosh, the Kona Ice debacle. Oh, the last 2 weeks. So the first of the last 2 weeks, we brought, or no, we didn't bring it actually. We show up to the flag football and there's a Kona Ice thing there. Well, neither one of the other two kids wanted to come with, so we're just like, well, you're going with us. And once we were there, we see the Kona Ice, and I used the Kona Ice as a bribe for my youngest. I said, if you're good for this whole thing, we will get it after it's done, after the game's over. Guess what happened to the middle of the game? Yeah, Kona Ice left. And ice cream was not good enough for this kid. He was so upset that he could not, well, not like throwing a tantrum or anything, but like he was like, no, I wanted Kona Ice. I don't want ice cream. And so we're like, come on, like we can go get slushies, you know, if it's the same thing kind of. So let's go get slushies. So we went to Sonic to get slushies. We ended up getting ice cream. Most of them ended up getting ice cream. The kids got ice cream. I think I got a shake too or something. I don't know, but okay, so we're like, okay, well, they left by 1:30. Okay, maybe they aren't there maybe they run till they run out, or they're only there for a certain amount of time is what we were thinking. No, we were thinking, oh, well, maybe they're only supposed to be there till 1:30. Because by 1:30 they were pulling out, leaving. So the next week, I remember to bring, well, we had family in town. It was a recital weekend, and so we ended up going and watching the football game. And my husband was like, don't forget to bring the Kona cups if you come to drop off the kid or whatever. Because he was thinking that we were going to go to an art museum when we only had like maybe an hour between the time we finished eating lunch and an hour or two between lunch and getting ready for the next recital. No, wasn't happening, dude. We're not gonna drive all the way downtown. When you go to this museum, you kind of need like 2 or 3 hours to just kind of take your time, walk around slow and look at it and appreciate the art, not rush through it in an hour or less. Like, you know, no, I'm not gonna drive downtown for them to go to a museum for like a short amount of time when you need longer to enjoy it. I mean, honestly, it's a decent sized museum. I don't know how much is in there, but I would assume you would want a couple of hours in there to enjoy it. You know, and then you got to take into account the hour of driving, because it's going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, 20 minutes to get down there and 20 minutes to get back. That's almost an hour. I know it's not a full hour, but it's almost. And then traffic and all that stuff. Anyway, we ended up not going. So I bring the Kona cups with us and we go to the game. And we show up at the game. We're pulling into the parking lot at 1:15. We had 15 minutes before the time they had left the week before. We had 15 minutes. Yep, you guessed it. They were leaving right as we got there. So and the game had just gotten started. So we just watched the game and watched Kona leave. So after they left, after the game was over, I was like, you know what, fine. We'll just, we went back to the same restaurant we'd gotten lunch from and got an ice cream, because they had this blueberry lemonade ice cream that we had to try, or a blueberry lemonade shake. Well, that's ice cream. We had to try it. So we went back there and the guy was like, wait, weren't you guys just here? Yes, we're back for ice cream. We'll be back for dinner. So anyway, it was fun. So today, I am gonna take the Kona Ice with us and hopefully be able to wait. I don't know, I might have to just get it as soon as we get there at this point. It's ridiculous. But I was thinking just now, I wish we could hope we could wait till after they practice and then like when they're beginning to start their game. The thing is the one child that's at the football game isn't gonna get the Kona Ice. So I'm like, how am I gonna make this up for him? I suppose I could get him a slushie somewhere or something, but he's not gonna be able to get the Kona Ice. Because you don't really want to drink Kona Ice while you're playing football. I mean, I could get it for him and he could sip on it, but I don't know if having that sugary water on your belly would be all that great while you're playing. So I may just have to talk to him and be like, look, you're going to be playing. It's probably not the best thing to have while you're playing. What would you want instead? Could I bring you a soda? Can I stop at a restaurant and get you a dish of ice cream? Like, what can I do that's, you know, not out of my way or anything to make up for not getting the cone ice for him, because he's not going to be able to have it. Because it's not going to keep that long. It's going to melt by the time he gets to it if I saved it, you know? So it's like, I'll have to ask him and see what he says. So I'm going to get through this row and then I'm going to cut the video off. I have plans to record today. I don't know if I'm going to get it done. We'll see. I've got the fire under my tuchus to try, so we'll see if I actually get it done. Because I want something to do, something for recordings next week. I just don't know how well it's going to come across with the hubby. I might have to wait till 8 o'clock because I don't know if we're going to do school next week. I think we're going to do school. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him, be like, should we do school while you're off? Because it's hard when he's home to get the youngest to concentrate. Because one, my husband can't sit around and be bored. He can't sit around and do nothing while we're doing school. And then I don't want to hear him go, my goodness, did you guys do school? Like, it only took you like an hour. Well, you got to realize that when it comes to schooling one kid, well, I know I'm doing 3, but like they're doing their own work and they're going through all their subjects and getting them done. Like, and their subjects, they shouldn't take them any more than, I don't know, 15 minutes to 30 minutes max each. Now, if it was 30 minutes each, then it would be longer, but they can get a lot done in a very short amount of time. It's usually the math and language that takes them a little bit longer. I need to find a different language arts for my middle child, though, because he doesn't like to write. And so, yes, I could have him narrate it to me, like tell it to me, but it's like, I don't know that he understands what he's doing when he explains it to me. I don't know, like, I wish there was a different one I could find for him. Because, well, and he's also the kind of kid that, you know, the easier the better, so he doesn't have to put in a lot of work. But I don't want that for him. I don't want him to be lazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the mind. Now, he's not lazy, but just like, and lazy is a really kind of a bad, it's almost kind of a negative word to use, because that's not, when I mean lazy, I just mean I don't want him to be like, oh, so I got one right there too. I got one there, and 2 on my arms. I think they're from being outside. I don't know what they're from. They're almost kind of like chigger bites, but not chiggers, because those usually end up in like the like creases of things. Anyway, I just don't want him to be, how did that get caught back there? Lazy in the sense that all he ever wants to do is easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to be able to see something challenging and go, oh, I can try that, and if I can't do it, I'll keep trying until I can get it, and if I still can't get it, then at least I tried, you know? Kind of mindset. But he's just like, I just want to do as little as possible and get it done with. I don't know if that's making my point. So I don't know. I think the language arts that he's doing is just, it's not the right, The one, like, there's, oh my goodness, in his science, there's certain worksheet days where it's called short answers. And short answers can mean anything from a few words to a sentence, which can be, you know, 2 or 3 lines long of information. And he, you know, and in the book, the worksheets, it gives him those 2 or 3 lines to write the answer on. And he sees it and goes, I don't want to write all that. Like, it's a sentence. He sees a sentence that takes up 2 or 3 lines as a book. Like he's writing an entire book on the page. And it's like, dude, you're not writing that much. You're writing a sentence. It's just a little bit longer than you're used to. But he sees any kind of, like, if there's like a half a page of lines, you know, on the page where it says, tell a story of what it would be like to live with dinosaurs. He'd rather tell it to me. And even then, he can't tell me a good story. He goes, I like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are cool. And that would be it. That would be an example of his story. I'm like, that's not a story. That's not telling me what life would be like with a dinosaur. Oh, his story the other day was like, it would be scary and I'd run away and the end. That was paraphrasing it, but that was essentially it. But I was like, that's not a story. I'm just like, he's just lazy. He's a boy. I should, maybe that's what it is. He's just a boy. He's not lazy. He's just a boy. Like, dude, come on. Put a little effort into it. Just a little bit. I'm not asking for you to, you know, go what is it called? Cliff base diving or cliff jumping or whatever. I'm not asking you to jump out of a plane. Just asking you to write a sentence. Or 2 or 3. Or write a paragraph with a story, you know, like something. But, I mean, and that's fine. If he, you know, grows up to not be an amazing author, you know, I don't want that necessarily. I mean, that'd be great, but like, I'm not asking him to write a book, but, you know, I just want him to be able to write a decent, you know, email to somebody. Just have good writing skills if for some reason he needed it, you know. But I mean, I guess if you're working construction, you don't need those kinds of things, but I don't know what he's going to end up doing. I can't really pinpoint it because he likes football right now, but he's just not built for football. He's so skinny. So skinny. But I don't know. I honestly, I just don't know. When you sit there and ask him, what do you like to do? He's like, I don't know. I don't know if this conversation's boring you or not, but I'm almost done with this row, and look at that, right around 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes, so I'm going to try and pick this up a little bit because I was kind of going a little slow there. But I have to remember that I am coming up on the end of this color, so that means I need to attach the next one, which is red, which means I will be officially starting my 7th color repeat, my 7th repeat of colors, and then I will have to go through 4 of those. I'm hoping I can get enough crocheting done today that I can do. I want to try and get through the next repeat today, but that's a lot of color. That's a lot of rows. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that and get all my adulting done. I could get half of that done with all my adulting, maybe, but I don't know if I can push myself to get all 6 colors done in a day. Man, even if I do, let's see, if I do 3 colors today, 3 colors tomorrow. Oh, where's the red at? There it is. Okay, if I do 3 colors today, where do I want to go with this? Oh, come right here. If I do 3 colors today, 3 colors tomorrow, Okay, so I have 4. I divide that by, or no, hold on. 4 color repeats to do. That's 4 times 6, that's 24 colors. And I only have Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 6 days, no. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I have 6 days. So I need to do 4 colors a day to get it finished by, just to get the colors done, not the last 5 rows of black either. Thursday I need, or even Friday, I could do the border row on Friday because I want to have it done by Friday night. Or at least this weekend, next weekend from now. Oh, sounds like they're up. Sounds like my baby's up. I'll be out in a minute. Literally, because I'm about to be done. So I'm just adding this red on real fast, and then I need to take this out, find some scissors, and cut off the blue and the purple because I'm done now with both of those colors. And then I need to cake up yarn today. I really need to get done with that. I don't know, I might be able to get a row of orange out. Not a row, but like the whole section of orange out. Anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so I need to do 24 colors. So like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Like I gotta do 24, so 4 sets of color repeats. So 24 divided by 6 is, I need to do 4 color repeats a day, which is feasible. But I want to get more than that so I can get ahead of it and be maybe doing my finishing touches of it on Thursday or even Friday. I'd be okay with taking this with me to the hospital while he's having surgery and working on my tails if I have any tails to sew in, and maybe possibly even finishing up the last border rows on the top, you know. So I want to be doing border rows and sewing of tails on like late Thursday, Friday. That's my goal. So I need to push myself and get more than 4 colors done each day. And I've got, okay, so I'm not going to count the purple being done today because that was, I got to get 4 from this point on. So I need to get red, orange, yellow, and green done today at the minimum. So don't forget, friends, be kind, be positive, and make something beautiful, and come tell me all about it in my Facebook group if you can. It's JB's Crochet on Facebook. I don't do Instagram very well. I'm not good at keeping up to date on there, but I do have one. It's not for my channel, but so I'm not going to worry about that. Don't forget, check out the links in my description box. There's a buy me a coffee. Oh, it's not buy me a coffee. It's Ko-fi.com where you can support me there, and I actually see more of the donation than I do the super chats and the super stickers and the donations on the channel, on the YouTube channel. So yeah, if you can help me out there, that'd be great. And so yeah, I will see y'all on the next one. Have a great day.